Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Does It Go Hard, the show where I review movies, video games, and other stuff. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the long-awaited sequel to the surprisingly good first film, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like many of you guys, I've been looking forward to this film for a long time. I was surprised by the first film. I really thought it was gonna be a bunch of dog shit, but I was really caught off guard how genuinely good and how genuine passion went into the first film. Again, it's not without its flaws, definitely, but it really surprised me that the people that made that first film really care that much for not only the character, but for the source material. And I was just very much excited to see what new elements they were going to bring to the sequel. So it's been some time since the events of the first film, and Sonic has been able to settle in Green Hills with Tom and pretty much his human family, to say the least. And god damn it, right when you think things are going good and dandy, that goddamn Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman, comes back to ruin all of the fun. And he doesn't come back alone. He comes back with a new partner on his side, that being Knuckles, played by Idris Elba. This is basically a race to get to the ultimate power, also known as the Master Emerald, which is an iconic. Let me just get something like out the way. This film is insane, okay? It is absolutely crazy, but I thought it was great, man. I really enjoyed this film a lot. I can say with all the confidence in the world that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is by far like so much better than the first film. The first film, don't get me wrong, I think it's good, I like it, but it has issues. It has some very thick issues, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't fun. That didn't mean that it didn't have heart or it didn't have passion put into it. It did. I just felt like some things could have definitely been improved in that first film. And let me just say, anything that was, for me, somewhat of a negative in the first film is addressed in the second film. Not only addressed, but it is implemented so much better than in the first film. Let me just say right at the bat, like, I'm just gonna get into it, okay? I don't care right now. I just want to talk about this film right now because I just came back from it and I'm so excited to talk about it. For the positives, let me just say right at the bat, I think everybody does a good job in terms of the acting, the voice acting. Everybody does a great job here. I don't think there's a single person here that doesn't come in bringing their all. Of course, I'm not gonna say that every character worked for me, but for the most part, most of the characters did blend well with me. Most of the characters and their dialogue and what they said really worked well for me, again, personally. Let me just say, Ben Schwartz as Sonic the Hedgehog, the titular character, I think he does a great job. I have not been that much of a big fan of any of the past Sonic voice actors, not to like throw any shit or dirt on any of them, but I've always found Sonic's voice to be kind of annoying, kind of unpleasant to hear. So to really hear a voice to this character that does not get on my nerves the moment I just hear him talking is a huge relief. Ben Schwartz really brings a lot of life to this character that in my opinion, this is the most life I've seen out of Sonic, and I've played a lot of Sonic games, so that really is a good testament to this film. Tails, well, Tails doesn't have that much of a huge role in this film. I'm gonna say that definitely. I think he's cool. I think he's very cute. He's adorable. He does serve a purpose to the film, but it's not the purpose that I thought it would fit, you know? In the games and even in other material of Sonic and Tails are basically best friends, okay? And you can definitely see that relationship shown in some of the games, some of the other shows, some of the other materials, comics, whatever, I don't know. But you can definitely see that there's a true friendship between those two characters. And usually the film does not take that much time to focus too much on that, but I did find it jarring, to say the least. But again, Tails does a great job, and her voice actor, what's her name? I can't remember her name at the top of my head. Kalina Shanahi. She does an amazing job as Tails, and this is not the first time she's been the voice of Tails. I think she's actually been the voice of that character for maybe longer than a decade, I believe. Maybe since 2009 or 2010. I'm not completely sure, but she's been the voice of the character for a while now, not in video games and in other forms of entertainment. So she definitely also brings a lot of life to the Tails character, mostly because she already has a lot of experience being that character. And oh my god, Idris Elba as Knuckles. This was the part of the film that in the trailers I was intrigued about, but I was also kind of worried because I don't know, like, can I just really bring this character to life? And let me just say, he absolutely does. Idris does an amazing job as Knuckles. I love the comedy that they do with him. I've heard this from other people, but a lot of people tend to compare Knuckles in this movie with Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, and I can totally see that. And it works for his character. It totally works for him, and he was just incredibly funny. Again, he brought so much life to the character. And again, just like Sonic, it's another one of those examples where I wasn't that much of a big fan of the original voice of the character, like in video games and in other shows. But here in the movie, Idris definitely brings some good life to this character that I've never really felt from in any of the other games or other medium of the Sonic franchise. Jim Carrey, back at it again as Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman. He again is incredible. He's super funny. He's incredibly entertaining to watch. His comedy here is incredible, okay? And that's not a positive that I'll get into in a little bit. Jim Carrey just fits this character. If Jim Carrey does plan on retiring, they do not plan on casting Robotnik or Eggman. So that's definitely gonna be hard how they're going to pull that off. If they are still going to keep referencing Eggman some sort of way, I don't know how they're gonna do it. But I think that this film makes Robotnik a fun, enjoyable character to watch on screen. I mean, Eggman really has always been a fun villain to watch in the video games. He's always been funny. He's always been Eggman is quite literally the mustache twirling villain. And he is one of the best villains for that. And Jim Carrey really brings that element to Eggman so strongly in these movies. And it works so well that I just don't know later on what they are going to do with that character if Jim Carrey does end up retiring from acting. And the other actors, James Marsden, like all the other actors do a good job, and everybody does seem to care. Everybody brings 100%. They're energetic, they're having fun with the material, and again, they don't always work for me. Like that's one weakness that I will get to later on. But I did feel like everybody did bring in 100% for this film, and that makes me really happy. And even though they didn't always work for me, there were moments where they did, and that I found myself really enjoying these other side characters, these other human characters. The comedy is also so much stronger this time around. I really loved the comedy in this film. Unlike in the first film where I felt like 50% of the jokes worked and the other 50 didn't work, this is the complete opposite. In this film, like, I can say like maybe like 70 or 75 or 80% of the jokes work, and the other 20 to 15 like maybe percent doesn't work. But what I'm trying to say is that for the most part, the humor works a lot better here than it worked in the last film. Definitely. And that's something that I really appreciate. Like, I can say, there were a lot of moments during this film where I was really laughing hard. Like I was howling of how much I was laughing. The writing, or at least in terms of the story is ridiculous. I've already said this. The story is absolutely bonkers. It is crazy. But that's the reason why I love it, because it goes more into the source material. It goes more deep into the lore of the games, into the stuff the fans love about the Sonic games. Like, legitimately, this is a movie that if you're a Sonic fan and you don't like this, I'm just going to straight up say, like, what the shit is wrong with you? Like I don't know. Like, at this point, if Sonic fans don't like this, you guys are hard to please. Like, I'm sorry, but you guys are already incredibly annoying as a fan base in itself, that if you can enjoy this film, if you don't like it, I'm gonna be incredibly surprised. I'm just gonna say, you Sonic fans really do not know what the hell you want. The film has fan service from the games and from other stuff from the Sonic franchise, but it works very well here. It feels welcomed, it doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel shoved down your throat like in some other films. Here, it definitely plays a good part of the heart and soul of the film. The fact that the filmmakers did so much research and they cared so much about the original material that they wanted to at least pay somewhat of an homage, or to represent at least some element from every corner of the Sonic franchise. And I think that's very cool. They do a reference to a famous Sonic pose from the Sonic Adventure games, mainly Sonic Adventure 1. And the moment I saw that, I was like, that is so fucking cool. It's not like how in Star Wars The Force Awakens, how in that film, that is quite literally a replica of A New Hope, and it doesn't work for like the most part of the film. And here's the thing, that comes from somebody that enjoys The Force Awakens, but that film really sometimes gets on my nerves because, oh my god, like, I feel like I just watched this movie like not too long ago. Like, it is literally the exact same shit as A New Hope. But whatever, I'm not gonna get into a Star Wars rant right now, okay? I'm talking about good shit right now. I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. One of the things that I was also very much surprised by the film was the heart. I mean, the first film had heart too, but I feel that there was definitely a much more emotional connection in this film, or at least I felt more emotionally invested in this second film. I'm praising this film a lot, you know, like, I really think the film is great, and there's just so much good to talk about this film, and so much stuff that is just great about it. So now I'm gonna get into the negatives, of course, because that's how I do it here, right? The negatives, they're not too many negatives, but I will admit that there are a few that might get in the nerves of some audience members. There's going to be some Sonic fans that are gonna find a few of these things a bit annoying, a bit out of place, and just unnecessary. The first negative here is that is the runtime, okay? Now, personally, this movie is 2 hours and like 20 minutes long. I didn't feel the runtime, okay? I actually like the runtime. Like, here's the thing. If a movie is long but I don't feel the runtime, I think the pacing for me is good. And that's another thing that I'll say. I think the pacing of the film is pretty good for the most part. There are some places where, again, it does falter a little bit, mainly because it stops focusing on the main plot and we're kind of focusing on some dumb gag or some other shit that is so misplaced. But for the most part, the pacing is good and it works. But I can see how the pacing and the runtime can definitely get into some people's nerves, or it can be a little bit bothering from some. When those annoying parts come in, you can definitely feel the runtime. I'll definitely say that. And this kind of goes into my second negative, which is some of these unnecessary scenes that could easily been cut out because they don't add nothing to the main plot. Again, the dance scene, as much as I've been defending it, like, it really does not need to be here, and it goes a little bit too long. so that could have easily been cut out, or at least shortened a little bit, so it didn't feel as misplaced, because we are in that dance scene for a good minute, and it really slows down the film. Sorry, dear viewers. I had to go make a tea for myself because I've been feeling a little bit under the weather since fucking yesterday. I seriously, I want to make a video about sickness, just to talk about how fucking annoying being sick is. So definitely expect that in the future. But I went myself to make a tea because I've been having these teas since any time that I've been getting sick, and they seem to really help. They do help a lot. Right now it's a little bit too hot, so I'm gonna take a sip right now. I'm gonna let it cool a little bit, not too much, because I still need to drink it pretty warm or hot. But like I was saying, there are scenes in the film that really feel out of place. Again, the dance scene, there's a wedding subplot that really feels like it's from a different movie. Like, quite literally, it feels like a completely different movie came in and just decided to fucking invade this Sonic movie, because it just feels so odd and so bizarre. Like, really, out of all the crazy shit that this movie has, the wedding stuff is probably the most, the weirdest shit, because it really screams, I do not fucking belong here. But the thing is that these scenes have funny things in them, so I do feel kind of bad saying that they should have been cut out, but my god, they should have been cut out. There's also another complaint. Like, this is kind of like the last complaint I have. I do feel that the human characters, even though they don't have that much of a huge role this time around, when they are on screen, not all of them, but some of the human characters are incredibly annoying. Like, another thing about the wedding, like, oh my god, I forgot to talk about, oh my god, how could I forget about this? There is a twist with the wedding, and it is so fucking stupid, which again is kind of funny for that reason, but at the same time, I'm like, this is some dumb shit. Like, it's dumb as hell. Like, this twist came out so out of left field. I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you... Movie. I've been on your side this entire time, but you cannot be pulling some stupid shit like this now, okay? I've been giving you a pass on a lot of things, but I will not give you a pass on this fucking unexcusable twist that you think I'm too stupid to buy. I do not buy this fucking shit, okay? But again, these other human characters that again, I don't hate, but they really do not serve any purpose whatsoever. Just keep, like, just keep Donut Lord and Yoga Lady. Like, just keep those two, because those two actually work. Those are the two human characters that work the most. There are some others that are fun, and again, they're entertaining to watch, but there are others that I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing here? But even with these small negatives, and even though it's a short list of negatives, I still had a blast watching this, okay? It was still a huge amount of fun. It was so entertaining. It was just full of heart and passion. It was just a feel-good film. It was fun. It had a lot of action. That's another positive that I forgot to mention. The action is amazing in this film. It's better than in the first film. So there is a lot of amazing action sequences here. There's some good characterization with Sonic and some of the other Sonic characters. There's some pretty good special effects. There are some that are kind of silly looking, but for the most part, they look pretty good. If you have kids, definitely go watch it. If you're a Sonic fan, definitely go watch this. Stay for the end credit scene, because woo! And let me just say that they do not insult your time with the end credit scene. I am sick and fucking tired of every goddamn superhero movie And this is for you, MCU, okay? I love you, MCU, but stop fucking doing this. I don't have all the time in the world to sit through 7 or 10 minutes of fucking credits just to get a small fucking 30-second tease for whatever the fuck is coming up next, okay? I don't need that to wait that long, okay? I'm tired. Stop doing it. So, what rating would I give Sonic the Hedgehog 2? It's complicated because the first movie I gave it, like in terms of my rating system, I still need to make a video explaining my rating system because some of you motherfuckers are probably confused of what these ratings mean. So that's definitely on my bucket list of videos to do, explaining my rating system. But if I was to rate like the first film, like let me rate quickly the first film. To me, the first film is it's a low Ghost Raw. It's a low Ghost Raw, mainly because again it has some issues that are kind of hard to avoid. This, I will say, is a high Ghost Raw. Okay, there were a lot of moments where I really wanted to give it a Goes Hard, but again because it has those issues here and there as well, I can't give it that. But again, it is a massive improvement over the first film. So, yes, the rating I'll give the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, at least, after really thinking about it, is going to be a high Goes Raw. I was really happy that this sequel was this great, this enjoyable. So, yeah. Just stop watching the review. Go watch it. This film really is what every video game movie should strive to be. For a video game movie to be good, you do not have to remove what makes the video game special. In fact, if you remove what makes the video game special, then it's not a movie based on a video game. By that point, you're just making your own shit. But you're pasting the name of a famous video game property just to sell tickets. And I'm sorry, but I'm fucking done with that shit. We just had to go through that with Uncharted, and that was just awful. I still do not understand why people supported that shit. If you're going to decide which movie to watch between Morbius and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, for God's sakes, please watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Don't go watch Morbius. Do not support that shit. Please. I am begging you. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like if you like the video. Oh my god, I'm so stupid with these outros. Why can't I just give a simple outro? But whatever. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, or if you just want to see more content like this. And share it with, I don't know, your mom, your dad, your dog, whatever. I don't care. Spread the word. I don't care. Just please, it will really help the channel to grow. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.